Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Canyons. I have had many emails from people with many different types of Mustangs as the most modified car out there. As you can imagine, it's popular. So we don't want to go too Mustang crazy, but this one seemed nice and clean and worth doing. So this is James. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for coming down. Tell me a little bit about your car.
06 Mustang GT. It's got a Paxton Supercharger on it.
Which is a centrifugal, yes?
Centrifugal blower. Suspension work. And 410s in the back. And,
drag rear end.
Yeah, but you got 295s up front and 305s in the back.
Oh,
so.
right, yeah. 295s up front, 305s in the back, and do you have? Can I do little vents here?
Absolutely.
And you have standard body work. It's not been widened at all. Have you chopped out the fenders or anything?
No.
295s in the front,
yeah.
305s in the back.
Yeah.
You have the same, I think, the same Hurst shifter I have in my Mustang.
Yep.
Ooh, and I heard you coming up the hill. As I was driving the Lexus, you were behind me, and this car sounded mean as can be.
Yeah.
It's the centrifugal blowers versus the Roots type blowers, which sit on top of the engine. The centrifugal blower is basically a turbo that's driven by a belt.
Yes.
And so, consequently, it sounds a lot more turbo-y. And you just hear, all I can hear is air rushing around. Oh man, so I'm already in, these gears are very short.
Yeah.
So 410 gears, for those of you out there who don't know about axle ratios, the Mustang with its live axle is one of the last cars you can buy that can come from the factory with different axle ratios. So I think the standard is like a 323, and then you can get a 355, and then some people change it to either a 410 or even a 456, which is insane.
Yeah.
And so that's number of times the drive shaft spins per rotation of the tires, if I'm not mistaken. And so basically the higher the number, the shorter your gearing, the more you're going to have to shift, and the lower your top speed becomes. I was just cruising in fifth there, but so how much power do you think this car's making?
It dynoed at RET at 480 to the wheels.
480 at the tires?
Yeah.
That feels good. Oh, that is a blow-off noise. Yeah. Unlike a turbo where you get one pss and that's it. It's still just blowing off. If you're off throttle, it's got to have all that air go somewhere, so it just bleeds it out into the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does.
This is good power, though. These cars, you know, I felt bad for the owners of these cars once the Coyote engines came out. Immediately the standard 300 horsepower V8 seems sort of sucky, doesn't it?
This with the blower is comparable to the new Coyote motor with bolt-ons.
Right? So that's the thing, you know, the new modular engine. That's how good stuff like direct injection and dual overhead cam heads are that, you know, you need to put how many pounds of boost?
I'm running 10 right now.
10 pounds of boost through this, and that's basically will put you at the same place as a Coyote motor with some headers and an exhaust. Oh. Didn't want to go in a second there. Alright. This shifter's like my Mustang. It's really tight. And with 410s and only a 5-speed, because this is not a 6-speed car, what RPM are you at when you're cruising on the highway?
So if I'm doing 65, I'm about 2,800.
That's high.
It is high.
That's high for one of these, yeah. How's your fuel economy?
It's actually surprising. I can do about 19.
Really?
Yeah, cruising at 65.
Oh, that's actually, I would have thought it would have been 14 or 15.
Yeah, around town and the way I drive, they're closer to 13, 14.
Yeah. So you do have that live axle, so mid-corner bumps will send you on a little hoppity-hop, but fortunately Encinal is a very smooth road, so we don't have to worry too much about it. The rushing of air. Your girlfriend must love this car, bro.
A lot of people aren't a fan of it.
No, I like it. I
love it.
It's cool.
But then even driving around town, when you get off a boost, I mean, it just scares the crap out of you.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
I've had it since 2011. I bought it with 7,000 miles on it.
And how many you have now? 66,000
Yeah.
miles. When did you start modifying it? Immediately?
Yeah, pretty much.
And when did you go boost?
I went boost a little over a year ago.
And do you think you've made the right decision?
I love it.
Has the car been reliable for you?
It has. So that's the setup on it. It's tuned modernly to have that reliability. So it's got upgraded radiator, upgraded cooling.
Yeah, you got to have that.
So, and we didn't squeeze out all the power we could have, but like I said, it was my daily driver at the time.
Yeah.
So I've
Not
had
your
it
daily
since.
driver now?
No. I've had it since. I've done Angel's Crest a lot. I kind of heat it up a little bit. I've never had a problem with it.
The brakes feel nice.
Yeah, the new GT 500 Brembo 6-piston.
Oh, are they?
Off
Off the 2013s?
Off the 2013, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Compared to the stock ones, oh my god.
Yeah, for sure.
The brakes on these are awful.
What's crazy is, I mean, at the speeds I'm going, I'm in 5th gear already. I'm at the top.
Yeah.
Which this gear shifter is very notchy, very tight. It's actually it requires some finesse. You really kind of I don't want to just slam it in, but it's sort of what you have to do, isn't it?
No, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's so loud at the higher RPM, but that's generally where I keep it when I drive it.
Yeah, you really with gears this short, you don't really have much other option, do you?
No, you don't.
All right, let's go back up. So when we're going down the hill, you know, you have some ground clearance here. We should be okay.
Yeah.
When you're going down the hill off power, you're just getting that shh constantly. Maybe if when we're going up the hill, we'll be on throttle a little more. Wow, come on. First gear is so short.
It is.
Does it get unhappy at the 1-2 shift sometimes?
Yeah, it breaks loose.
Yeah.
If you heat the tires up, I took it out to Willow Drag.
Yeah.
If you heat the tires up, it'll stick from 1 to 2. But I'm talking like full burnout.
Yeah. Well, the power delivery is really good. I mean, it's got a nice, even delivery to it. Usually, well, I don't want to say usually, but in the past, these centrifugal blowers have behaved a little more like turbos than the Roots blowers, where they give you more at the top.
Yeah.
But this one has just it just really makes it feel like a larger displacement engine.
Yeah. That's all credit to RET, Racers Edge Tuning. I've never heard of them.
I have not. Where are they?
They're Downey.
Downing.
They just do primarily Mustangs.
Oh, cool.
So I did basically everything on the car myself, but I told myself, hey, I put a supercharger, I want to make sure it's done right. So
Yeah.
I had them install it and dyno it.
I hope everyone can hear us, because the whooshing of the blow-off it's not actually called blow-off in a supercharger. What's it called? A flutter valve?
So this one's a custom intake setup on it. It's actually a blow-off.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
blow-off.
We got to get the duck call. Have you seen the duck call on the blow-off valve?
No. what is
Oh,
that?
they taped one of those duck calls on a blow-off valve.
Oh, really? Every time.
It's like that.
It's so loud.
My
Imagine
duck call impression stinks.
Imagine my reaction when I first picked it up.
You must have when you first got in the car and started driving it, did you go around the block and come back and go, I think it's broken?
Well, he told me, he said, hey, by the way, you're going to be surprised at the noise on it, but it's normal, it's better set up, it'll be more reliable, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, well, at least he briefed me for it, but that's crazy. I've never heard something like that before.
The only time I've ever heard this is on really, really big power boosted Corvettes.
Okay.
Is where I've heard a noise like this before. It's excessive, isn't it? But it certainly will keep the cyclists aware that you're coming, and everybody can hear that you're coming, right? Can't
Yeah.
they?
You're not sneaking in here.
Oh man, it's a cool sound. It's just so much different than big rocks in the road here. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor there. I appreciate it. It is amazing how far. Is it 06?
06.
How far the Mustang's interior has come.
Yep.
Isn't it? Have you driven one of the new ones?
I haven't driven one, I've been in them.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Yeah, it's night and day.
Yeah.
It's an actual sports car.
That, and with the independent rear suspension, you can just slam through bumpy roads with complete reckless abandon.
Yeah. And you've obviously driven live axles. I mean, it is sketchy quick.
Yeah. I'm used to them, so I know what to expect. This Mini is not going to be. You're going very slow, sir. Can I get by you? I'm just gonna blow off boost. Please. I'm flashing. It's not working. It is. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, the sound it makes is crazy. Even at mid-throttle, it still does it. You really... Is this what it sounds on the highway with just a little bit of throttle is just that?
Yeah, it's not that quiet. It's not that loud. But you also have to realize I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Wow, the power delivery is very good. And the front brakes are good too. I like those. You know, I drove that GT500 that they came off, and with 660 some odd horsepower, I got the brakes really hot really fast.
Really?
Yeah. At this power level, this seems to be all right. But it's unbelievable how... Is your speedometer accurate, or did you have you not done the cable change?
It's somewhat accurate. It doesn't compensate for the 19-inch wheels.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's a little bit on the slow side.
It's reading low?
A little bit low.
Oh, wow. Then I was just going really fast, wasn't I?
Yeah. So the radar I have is the actual true speedometer.
Oh, okay.
And
There you go.
it's a little bit off.
I want one good long 4,000. Wow. This thing is sweet. It's super cool. This is a reminder of how hard it used to be to make big power.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Reliably.
Yeah, like because this was a very popular modification for a long time. It still is for these cars. Oh, you have a splitter. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Oh. This is a very popular modification for these cars, and then oops, here comes the new Mustang with 120 more horsepower, and when they're boosting those, it's like what, 650?
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really wasn't until they went to the new chassis that they were able to handle it. This chassis with 650 horsepower is like practically undrivable.
Yeah.
It's just, I drove one of those Shelby Super Snakes that was the 7 1/4, the 725 one, and you just roll onto it in fourth at 90 and just blows the tires right off. And it's like, well, what do you even do with this?
Yeah.
It wasn't any faster at the drag strip than like the GT.
I know.
It was like crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Well, thank you, James. This was a lot of fun. This is a really neat. This is a man's car, because even like, 480 wheel is a lot of power still in the real world, but on the internet it's not that much.
Right.
But the things you've had to do to get there, are just, like, it's not practical or anything, but it's awesome and I love it. Check out James's WheelWell to see his list of modifications for this Mustang, and there are many. And if you want to bring me a Mustang, just have it be different. Have it have something different about it. There's a lot of the same out there, and it's all good. But we were trying to show you the new. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.